Good evening, all the respected jury members. Before I begin my presentation, a brief introduction was myself. I am Vishal Guni, sir. From the 2010 batch of graduates, and presently serving as chairman of the Rural District. Today, I present before you, sir, a unique project that we have taken up in our district.
So Vishal, your voice is not clear. Yeah,
Yeah. Am I audible right now, sir?
yeah. Now you're audible.
Yes, sir. So we have taken up a unique project by name Renovate, Retrain, and Reassure, sir. If I'm permitted to start, sir, the transformational policing is what we aim at, sir. If I can focus your attention to the last bit of my slide, sir, putting citizens first, ensuring better public service delivery. Now, the operational and the more focus would be on ensuring better public service delivery, sir. I'll set the tone and the agenda in the next slide, sir, as to why this project was taken up in the first place. Now, let me give you a snapshot about my district, sir. I have 64 police stations under my jurisdiction, covering as high as 11,391 square kilometers and a population of 48 lakhs under me, sir. Very interestingly, sir, we have 60% of the population living in the rural areas. Now, when I say police station is the first point of contact with the citizens, trust me on this, sir. Every single village person or those from the rural areas, the police station is the first point of contact. The police officer, the SHO is the first point of reference, the first responder, and he's the savior. So stressing this point, sir, you all know we all live in a very uncertain time, sir. We are faced with certain unprecedented challenges and unparalleled challenges, sir, in terms of COVID. And during this setting, sir, it is often, such senior members of the jury who are having vast field experience, sir. Policing often is touted to be a status quo, sir. We said that police people often refuse to change. We do not want to change. And we are still stuck in the 1870s colonial era, looking into the IPC, CRPC. And most often than not, sir, this COVID also has brought in certain allegations on the police, sir. It's very pertinent to note here, sir, that when we make an ride or a stride towards improving and bringing about change in the organization, sir, we need to have a introspective mindset. And when we introspect the facts, sir, it is indeed true that police often behave unresponsive. They're called to be rude. It's often told that they lack empathy and depersonalized also. Now, when I say depersonalized, sir, it is also bearing to the fact that every single constable sees hundreds of murder cases, hundreds of marital disputes, hundreds of bodily offenses. Over a period of time, say 10 to 15 years, he gets slowly but in a very phased manner depersonalized. And this is what we need to ensure and we need to accept and acknowledge. Also, sir, police are often told that we have very bad interpersonal skills, sir, and we are foul-mouthed also in some cases. All said and done, as I was telling you, sir, the police is the first responder to all kinds of events, all kinds of emergencies. They're in fact also the most hardworking force as of now, sir. The army taken into account and all the uniform services. But still there is no appreciation and acknowledgement. And this is what we wanted to change. And this is what we wanted to bring about a major change. Now, what do we want to bring about here, sir? When I say renovate, reassure, and retrain, there are two aspects to this, sir. First of all, we focused on renovating every police station infrastructure that would cater to the needs of the citizens and the police staff. The second thing we did, sir, we wanted to retrain our men as public servants, sir. More often than not, sir, the servant aspect is lacking in police, sir. And you all know, and I also can concur, being head of my district, sir, we often are not so good, worthy servants. It's often seen, sir, that the minuscule minority who are often touted to be corrupt, who are touted to be rude, offensive, these people decide the image for the police, sir. And this is what we want to change. The hardworking, the most integrity of the lot, the most upright of the lot. This is what we want to portray and ensure public service is given a priority and the public service delivery is given a priority and focused upon, sir. As you all know, sir, we need to change the deep-rooted subculture that is entrenched in our police department, sir. Some time ago, sir, I saw a brief ad in the newspaper, sir, which said, be known for good. It was a brief print and a media ad that was run, sir. I also want our police people to be known for their good and not for the bad, sir. Once this tone of what we want to set out to achieve is done, I'll now take you to how we started off with the process, sir. Sir, if I could go into the psyche of a grievance or a public who or a citizen who comes into a police station, sir, he comes with a mental agony and disillusionment. He has a problem, he wants to get it rectified at the immediate instance. And once he comes into a police station which is filled with cobwebs, he has a very bad, unkept, dilapidated condition, his agony and disillusionment only increases, sir. So what we did was a basic small example, sir. We just ensured the environments were clean and green. There was a small reception, a restroom, a basic facility for the public when they come down. And most importantly, sir, when this happens, the public also is set at ease. Now, I just want to take up a small video of what we try to achieve here, sir. That was a brief presentation, sir. I hope I'm back on track and audible to everyone, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
You are audible.
Yes, sir. Now coming on to the policemen, sir, all these changes have also affected the overall morale of our staff, sir. Having a basic changing room, having a good illuminated place, and we also did one small experiment here, sir. Not just the weekly offs that has been guaranteed by our government here, sir. We also gave one wedding anniversary day and also 2 birthdays of the children as a paid kind of a leave, sir. So they were paid for those days and also given leaves. So this infrastructural change and also this overall change in the atmosphere has ensured that the overall morale, the productivity and the services rendered to the public has been of tremendous shift and tremendous improvements. Now I come to the second aspect of what the training entails, sir. We did offer a good infrastructure, but what happens to the rude behavior? What happens to the perception mindset of the police constable? What we did, sir, we got a trainer. We asked him to move around to the police station as a normal citizen and asked him to come back and devise a course for us. What he did was we focused on imbibing and internalizing empathy among police officers. What we did accessibility. More often than not, we see in the village level, sir, दरोगा साहब ऑफिस में नहीं है, दरोगा साहब स्टेशन में नहीं है, कल आने के लिए बोला जाता है, we are told to come tomorrow, he is not available. We simply put up every phone number of the SHO. Every phone SHO was available on the police station every single day in the morning 9 to at least 1 or 2 in the afternoon. These were certain small things that brought about changes in the training that we imparted, sir. We asked basic body language to improve, sir. How we need to be courteous, the kind of words that need to be spoken, and the kind of utterances that are used to how do we invite people when they come in, the grievance of the people when they come in, the citizens who walk into the police station. So basically the whole change of mindset was from reactive to being more reassuring. We wanted people from being less arrogant to be more accommodating. So how do we accommodate the grievances of the public? How do we give a patient listening? How do that, apathy turn into empathy? So these are the various focused and, training that we focus on. and ensured that not just the overall scenario, overall infrastructure, overall environment changes, but also an perceptible change in how the police people respond to the public at large when they come to the police stations. These are a few training snapshots, sir, of what we did. The Honorable DGP, sir, of the state came in, and we had a trainer who was specifically brought in for this purpose, sir. I would also now take you ahead, sir. What do we want to do, say 1 year from now, and what is the roadmap ahead, sir? First and foremost, sir, the good work has started now. The training, there has been a small but a very pertinent and acknowledged change in the attitude of the people, of our police station, especially of the police staff. We started taking feedback from the citizens regularly and anonymously, sir. Also, what we did, sir, in order to internalize and imbibe these values, we planned every 6 months we shall be taking up refresher courses. More so, sir, in police training, what happens after the first constable comes into a force, as long as 20 years is not retrained, sir, when he gets into a head constable position. So we want to change that. We want to keep him abreast of the developments, how to treat people, how to imbibe and internalize values and empathy. And also, so what we did, those officers we found lacking on this, especially in their feedback forms, we took remedial actions. For example, the sub-inspector or the inspector was warned, and even disciplinary action was taken against those people, sir. Now, how do we keep a track of these issues, sir? We send decoys. We have something called a special branch in the district. We send them as a small public with a small grievance, and we measure the response at the police station of every constable, the reception constable, and the SHO, sir. So hopefully this has this fear factor at the same time, and a genuine appreciation of the people who come in for the services rendered. And this way, hopefully, sir, the delivery mechanism improves. We are trying to put citizens in the midst of us, sir. They are the people who needs improvement. And as I've been telling since slide 1, sir, we do the hard work. We put in the kind of effort we want to put. We are the first responders, and we want to put service back into the police service, sir. And this is what we aim at. And we need to ensure that whatever that we have sustained manner that's been happening, we want to get those respect. We want to demand that respect from the public, sir. And hopefully these challenging times is a place where we've started our journey, sir. And this in fact would help us also transition from the rule-based, lathi-based policing to citizen-centric and putting people first. So citizen-centric policing is the way to go, is the way to take it forward, sir. I would also end up by saying, sir, people often say every citizen gets a police he deserves, sir. I would just add another subtext to this, sir. Indeed, every citizen does get a police he deserves, but we want to start off by being the citizens first. We want to be in the shoes first, be empathetic, and take on the delivery mechanism onto our shoulders. And definitely, sir, we'll make a difference in these the kind of delivery of services that we are doing, and ensure that the long lost respect because of the minuscule minority is retained and also given back to us and what's rightfully ours, sir. Thank you, sir. I hopefully have lived up to the time limit, sir. Thanks so much, sir. I'm open to questions as well right now, sir.
Thank you, sir, very much for a very good presentation. And you have taken up a real challenge. I don't know whether these funds for renovation of all police stations have been available to for all the police stations or only your district.
Sir, this was a pilot project taken up by the Guntur Rural Police, sir. I will take another 20 seconds to explain how we manage this, sir. The basic form of analyzing and mobilizing funds was very simple, sir. We went to a CSR mode through this, sir. We requested the local citizens, the local corporate houses, to give all the cash or material directly to the people who are performing the renovation work. So the police was only there to guide and tell us what kind of infrastructure and the vision we anticipate for the police station rather. And every payment and every other work that was done was directly paid to the service providers, that is the contractors and other people. So we are thankful, sir. Hopefully this
who made the plan? Who made the, someone would have to tell the contractor what to do, what not to do.
Yes, sir. It was a painstaking effort, sir. It was centrally done by my officer. We went the standardized route, sir, because once we leave standardization, it so happens that there are chances of skewing away from this one. So we gave how a lockup should look like, how a garden should look like, how a reception center should look like. At the same time, what needs to be kept at a reception center. If I could share a small anecdote here, sir, I was SP Nellore, sir, just 2-3 years ago. I had a call from a public, and he ended up telling me that I went to a police station and your people failed to give me a blank paper to write my complaint on. So even we went into the last bit of having a pen and a paper or rack of paper for the complaint at the desktop. These are some of the details and standardized format that we give. For example, a small toilet for the men, for ladies as well as women, a garden area, the lockup, how it should be, a restroom, how it should be, and for the restroom for the men, sir. Usually this is the most neglected part, sir, the restroom for the men. So that also we standardized. A plan was given to all SHOs, and at the cost of sounding a little bombastic, sir, I would like to credit my people and say this was done at a war footing in just 24 days, sir. So I think I'm allowed to take that, kind of wear my heart on my sleeve and tell our guys did a great work, sir. 24 days flat out, we managed this, sir. Hopefully this is the start.
Yeah. So the attitude changes, of course, the ones which you mentioned, the mindset changes, they are more difficult to achieve. And I don't know whether, sending a decoy or sending a trainer would be enough for that. But then, because you know what is to be done, you know what is to be achieved. So probably it will be achieved sooner or later. Yeah.
Hopefully,
And yes,
hopefully
because these kind of, these challenges are there for all policemen all over the world. I'm seeing, we see stories all over the world, and some good stories also come out, and good stories come out in India also.
Right.
So probably your state and your police establishment would be the ones which would be giving us the good ones, in the times to come. Thank you.
Hopefully, sir. So a start has to be made, sir, and we have taken that plunge. So hopefully, sir, this brings about an attitudinal change. As I was telling you, sir, we need to keep going, sir. We need to keep drilling it. And this entrenched attitude is built over the last 15, 20 years. A senior officer would have put in a 20, 25 years of service, sir, a head constable. So slowly, but in a sustained manner, we need to chisel out all the old ones and bring in new values, sir. Definitely, we're getting there, sir, but it's a new start made, and hopefully we'll get there, sir.
Absolutely. My best wishes.
Thank you so much.
Sir, my question is that generally the older people in the police force, they are very insensitive to the citizens' needs, and maybe younger generation who is highly educated or largely educated should be responsive to citizens' needs compared to older one. That is one. Second, training plays a very important role. Third issue is that which every citizen face in police station, that police doesn't write their first information report, FIR. Why can't the FIR be made online? It is only FIR means first information. Then why can't it be made online?
I don't know, call it divine prudence or anything, sir. Probably we saw this question coming. Just yesterday, sir, our Honorable DGP of the state has launched a AP Police Seva, sir. So this is another step in towards technological innovation that we have gotten. As you were speaking about the first information report, sir, basically we have two cases of coming in, sir, at the police station. One is the cognizable cases where we immediately have to book an FIR. And I'm really glad you asked that, sir. That is one of the major problems that happens in the police station. Often there is a reluctance on part of our people to file an FIR. But at the same time, sir, there are certain non-cognizable cases where an FIR can't be immediately booked, sir. So what we do, we take immediately a preliminary inquiry is taken up. We take the judicial grant or the judicial permission and then go for an FIR under the relevant sections. But nonetheless, sir, a start has been made. So hopefully we are already trained in this, sir. Just to get back on the question of your
it may be a FIR or simply an application, that's all.
Absolutely, sir. So that's what I said.
It should be made online. Over email itself, it should be done.
True, sir. We are getting there, sir. I will just tell you our own initiative. Yesterday, that AP Police Seva app, all you need to do is write a written complaint and send it, sir. and it will be immediately registered, and a GD entry, that is the local GD entry, will be made at the police station level. At the same time, a district specific initiative that we have taken up here, sir, the people or the public, the citizen need not come to the police station. We have a WhatsApp helpline as well, sir. If they don't are not able to download the app, they could send a voice note, they could send a written, handwritten complaint, a picture of that complaint, even a video that can be a selfie video, and tell their grievances to us. We are going ahead and registering FIRs based on that, sir, after verifying with the preliminary reports. So definitely we have taken up all these additives and extra precautions and the new initiatives, sir. We will get there, sir. As I said, the change and the start has been made. We'll definitely get there, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Vishal, for a great project again. So moving on to for the next project, I'd like to call Mr. Bhaskar Bhushan, Superintendent of Police from Nilore district for the project Dynamic E-Beat System. I request him to please present. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you very much. So good afternoon to jury members.